Most people think retirement is decided in your 50s, but the truth is, your retirement is mostly decided in your 30s, because your 30s are the decade where financial habits become permanent. This is the time when your income increases, your responsibilities increase, and your financial decisions start compounding. And the difference between retiring rich or retiring broke usually comes down to the choices made during this one decade. To understand this better, imagine two brothers. Both grew up in the same house, same parents, same education, same financial background. By the age of 30, both are earning decent money. Let's say both earn around 1 lakh rupees per month. At first, their lives look exactly the same, but their decisions are completely different. One brother decides to think long-term. He starts investing part of his income every month. Not huge amounts, just consistent investing. He avoids unnecessary debt, controls spending, and focuses on increasing his financial knowledge. The other brother believes there's still plenty of time, so instead of investing, he upgrades his lifestyle. Better phone, expensive bike, luxury vacations, EMIs, frequent online shopping. Now here's the important part. At 30 years old, both brothers still look successful. In fact, the second brother may even look richer. And this is where most people get confused, because wealth and appearance are not the same thing. A person can look rich while becoming financially weaker every year, and another person can look average while quietly building wealth. That's why your 30s are dangerous, because this is the decade where lifestyle inflation begins. Lifestyle inflation means the more money you earn, the more money you spend. Now, let's talk about the most powerful concept in personal finance. Compound interest. This formula may look boring, but this is one of the most important financial concepts in the world. Compound interest means your money starts generating returns, and then those returns start generating their own returns. In simple words, your money begins working for you. Now, let's compare the two brothers again. The first brother starts investing at age 30. The second brother delays investing until age 40. Even if the second brother invests larger amounts later, the first brother may still end up with significantly more wealth, because time matters more than amount. Your 30s also decide your career value. In your 20s, companies usually pay for potential. In your 30s, companies pay for skill and value. This is the decade where continuous learning becomes extremely important. One person spends time improving skills after work, learning AI tools, improving communication, understanding investing and markets. Another person stops learning completely. They only work, consume entertainment, and repeat the same routine every day. 5 or 10 years later, the difference becomes massive. Most people don't become financially weak because of one huge mistake. They become financially weak through repeated small mistakes. For example, unnecessary subscriptions, impulse shopping, food delivery addiction, EMI-based lifestyle, no emergency fund, no investing habit. Individually, these decisions seem small, but repeated for years, they create massive financial damage. Modern life constantly encourages consumption. Every app wants attention. Every advertisement creates insecurity. Social media constantly shows people displaying luxury lifestyles, and slowly people start comparing themselves to others. This becomes especially dangerous during your 30s. Because this is when friends buy homes, relatives buy cars, classmates start businesses, and social pressure increases. By the age of 45, the differences become visible. The first brother has investments, emergency savings, lower financial stress, and growing assets. The second brother has high expenses, debt, EMIs, and little financial security. Income alone does not create freedom. Financial management does. At 30, you still have energy, learning capacity, recovery ability, and time for compounding. At 50, responsibilities become heavier. Energy reduces. Risk becomes harder. That's why delaying financial planning is dangerous. People often say, "I'll start later," but later becomes expensive, very expensive. Here's the good news. Even if someone made mistakes in their 20s, their 30s can completely change their future. Financial transformation does not require perfection. It requires awareness and consistency. You simply need to spend less than you earn, invest consistently, avoid unnecessary debt, improve skills, and think long-term, because wealth is usually built slowly, and the decisions you make today will quietly shape your future. One decision at a time.